your feedback, your insights, your questions. So let's open it up the call to our Alchemist community and either throw up your hand or just unmute the mic. And I see Kevin, you already know how to do this. You're up first, brother.
So we spoke about this a little bit on Monday, right? I know there was about maybe a half a dozen of us left on Monday. And the question was just, how are we getting a lot of eyes on Monday nights, right? Like what are we doing, or what are you doing, or what are we all doing, right? Are we using like certain keywords and what those things really are? Where could we best find those information beside from obviously attending everything that we're doing here? Like how can we gain reps of that almost, right? With like trying to bring that target audience within whatever we're doing. Is there maybe a regime? Like, you know me, I'm always trying to find the process. Send me there. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to get somebody to send me where I got to go and what I got to do. So that's where we're at. Cause I know we spoke about it a little bit. And I think the first topic was, and I think Matt had brought it up, was like, man, I came in here because, I needed to find a strategy with the least amount of money. So again, I know there's other things too, but so pretty much how can we get like good reps and practice these type of, skills and opportunities to be able to, target who we want and what we want.
Yeah, man. And let me make it easy for anybody who wants to bring somebody to the Monday night calls. This is a very specific, real estate specific training. Monday night is the wholesaler boot camp where Kevin Pereira is on the calls. He's answering questions of how to build your teams. He's got his VAs who are operating with him. So if you have questions on how VAs operate, on how scripting works, on how systems work, and you're looking for getting off market deals, you're tired of working on market and getting beat up on your sales, on your prices, and you want to be able to save that 20%. Well, off market's the way to go. So wholesaling bootcamp, your target demographic, Kevin, is investors who are looking to get deals, right? So where do those investors hang out? Bigger Pockets, right? Who's on Bigger Pockets? Hands to the camera if you're on Bigger Pockets. I'm telling you, the easiest place to find wholesalers. If you're looking to get off market deals, you want to build a team of wholesalers and you want to train them, bring wholesalers to the Monday night call between me, Kevin, and some of our other volunteers and community members and the other speakers we have come in. We're going to train them on how to find deals for you. We're going to train them on how to find off-market properties. And we're also going to offer them the opportunity to get into the mentorship. So we're going to build this community at the same time. And one strategy that I could see Kevin actually making an additional stream of income is the affiliate program. So anybody who sells somebody into the mentorship, not sells, okay, offers, creates an opportunity for somebody to come in, is now going to get paid 30%. When the price goes up to 2,000, you know what that means? It means I can pay my sales team very, very well. Who knows, an extra $600 a week is good money. You're not going to say no to that, right? So at $1,200, there wasn't enough meat on the bone to inspire people to go in and do this. But now if Kevin just brings in, we'll say, puts in 10 people into the room, one person really wants that hands-on move into the mentorship, kind of build their business. Well, then he's just made an extra $600. Let's give Kevin a round of applause. Bigger Pockets, Kevin. The answer is I would get on Bigger Pockets and do what I do now. Whenever I'm looking to bring more people into the community, which I'm heavily doing, I go into Bigger Pockets, I pick a city, and I friend message every single person in that city. And I ask, what is your experience in real estate? How are you doing? What is your biggest thing you're looking for? And then I ask those in 3 separate questions. And then I just handle the responses. I'm not selling anything. Never sell. I just find out what they're looking for, learn more about them, get involved, offer some suggestions if I know something about the city or the investment. And then, only then, once I know everything they're looking for, then I sell them something. Then I create an experience. Then I create an offer. My offer is never the same for an individual. It is always tweaked. It's always a little different for each one of you. Hands to the camera if you know your introduction to me was very special. It was me and you having a conversation. And that's what brought you in. Even on these Zoom calls, I'm watching your faces because you are the most important person on this call to me. And I'm keeping an eye on, is this connecting? Is this making sense? Are we adding value? So Kevin, that's a long way of saying go to Bigger Pockets and message people if you want to bring in more real estate investors into your world. You want more friends who are like-minded, go to Bigger Pockets, message people, bring those people into your world. You want more people on your team, go to Bigger Pockets, message people, bring those people in your world. You want more deals, go to Bigger Pockets, message people in your local area and bring those people into your world, partner up, work together. You want more capital, you want to do more raising of capital, go to Bigger Pockets, message people, bring those people into your world, add value. Hands to camera if this is making sense. Yes. No. It's not making sense, ladies and gentlemen. This is making dollars. This is making hundreds of thousands of dollars. Serve more people and you can make more money. Let's give Kevin Pereira a big round of applause. Great question. Great question. And I love where you're going with it, Kevin, because I could see you're on a mission to build 100 millionaires. And by serving and teaching and training, you're in the highest leverage position that any person can be. Other questions, statements, ahas, wins. What came up for you in Wealth Principle 43 today? Just unmute the mic. Go ahead.
Terry was referring to who he did not want to work with. I thought that was reverse, and it just, and like when you had one thing down at the conference when, like, I always want to say yes to people, but no, you need to learn to say thank you, but no thank you. You can't say yes to everything and everyone and stay focused. And so I thought that was really great. Thanks, Terry. Thanks, Walter.
Let's give Melissa Baker a round of applause. Melissa's doing amazing. She runs a great brokerage out of Rhode Island and Massachusetts, and she helps build millionaires. She's a real estate agent with a real estate team that helps people go and buy real estate. And fortunately, she's also an investor herself, so she understands the math, understands the process. So we're blessed to have Melissa in the community, building people, helping people, serving people. And that little pro tip is true. When Terry said, I was like, yeah, you know what? The mind it's easier to seek out the negative. It's so much easier. It's so obvious to us. Hands to camera if you notice that. The negative is like blinding. It's right there in front of you. So identify the people you definitely don't want to work with. And we did the same thing. We said, I don't want to work with people who think $1,200 is too much, because it doesn't get any easier going forward. I assure you, there are bigger hurdles. You got to spend $1,200 on marketing sometimes. All right, hands to camera if you spent more than $1,200 on marketing. Yeah, if you can't come up with that money, it's like you're gonna have trouble all the way along. A virtual assistant sometimes is $1,200, you know, for a month or 2 months. So it's like if you're having a hard time with these little chunks, like for the information, we're gonna have a hard time on bringing in the assets, because the assets are gonna cost way more than some of these pieces. So yeah, you're 100% identify who you don't want, and then don't attract those, right? So that's bad NLP, but identify who you don't want, and then look at who the opposite would be. Who is the opposite of somebody who thinks $1,200 is hard? Well, somebody who thinks $2,000 is no big deal if it moves me forward. If there's an ROI, people who are asking for return on investment, those are my target demographic. If they're saying, well, what am I going to get from this? What am I going to earn from this? What is my potential? And saying, here's my situation. What can I make out of it? Well, if all you make is $1 million, if all, like, they're doing the math in their head, right? Like if they're like, if it takes me 3 to 5 years and all I make is $1 million, that's my target demographic. I don't want the person who's looking at the 1,200 saying, I don't have money for that. You're right. You don't. If you can't afford this, you can't afford the next stuff, because becoming a millionaire means taking some risk on yourself, buying assets, and then using those assets and getting out there and taking action, right? Like Kevin wouldn't be where he is if he didn't buy Mojo and then pick up the phone and like dial and do it. Melissa Baker wouldn't be there if she wasn't if she didn't buy the business cards and then put them in other people's hands and then follow up and call and meet them at the house. Hands camera if you're seeing this. Right?
I think the other piece,
apply. Go ahead.
The other piece with that is, as what Mitch was talking about, we were having a little side conversation because I had him do that exercise he was talking about with Joe Dispenza. And you have to grow towards what you want to be. You also have to really eradicate those things that you're not wanting in your clients, in yourself. And so those things that you're going, okay, I don't want clients like this. I also can't be that way. I don't want clients who complain about money. Then I can't complain about money. I don't want clients who try to haggle the price. Then I don't haggle the price. And I'm one of the big yeses to paying for the things that I want. And I want to pay top dollar for it because I see the value of me saying yes and me stepping in. I want clients like that. I don't want clients that are going to be, oh God, I don't know if I can afford, oh, I've got to go scrape my pen. I don't want clients like that. So I don't act like that.
Hands to the camera if that makes sense. Become your ideal buyer. This is why when I sold real estate, I said, I'm buying real estate. I was the buyer of real estate. That did scare some of my clients. So like, dude, why wouldn't you just buy it if it was a good deal? It's like, dude, I ran out of freaking money. That's why I'm helping you now. I'm buying everything I can afford. And then when I run out of money, I go and I help other people buy real estate because I'm addicted to buying real estate. Hands to the camera if you understand that. I'm addicted to cash flow. I'm addicted to assets. Now I found an even better addiction. I found people, right? Each one of you has a better ROI than I could ever make off of a house because we can build together. You have knowledge, you have resources, you have energy, you have connections, you have ideas and dreams. And if all I have is one of those other pieces you're missing, boom, business. Partner with each other. We get each other to the next level. You have motivation. Some of your stories inspire me. Some of your stories give me that piece of knowledge to write a blog that's going to help inspire others. So my biggest asset now is people. So I'm on a collection mode. I'm out there hungry, eating, grabbing people, saying, let's go, let's build together. So it's become the buyer of what you are selling, and you will be just a natural born salesperson. It's like instantly overnight. You don't need sales tricks. You don't need sales strategies. You need to love what you're selling. You need to believe in what you're selling. You need to live it, breathe it, and then want to share it with other people because you're absolutely freaking obsessed with your product. I buy coaching too. I train with all of the coaches. Every one of the coaches in this program, they're in this program because I want their information. They're my friends. They're people I care about, but I also want their information. So we brought them in, and now they're one of the people I serve. I'm a consumer of the product I offer. Does that make sense? Like
So
I'm about it. Go ahead, Kevin.
You suggest like to completely almost like shut off? Well, right, because a lot of us come from that, I think, demographic of trying to pitch off closest family and friends first. But we realize really quickly that they're not really our buyers, right? Or our, right? So I'm guessing it's just, obviously we just can't shun them completely away. But it's like, I didn't turn my back on you. I just kept moving forward and you stood there, my back, I just kept moving forward. But at the same time, right, I think we still should have a conversation, maybe. I know not
absolutely. I'll speak to that because one of the things that I've heard for a long time, whether it was when I was working in mental health or what, is this idea of cutting people off and being done with them. The fact of the matter is if I'm on a mission to help people grow, I can't cut people off who weren't growing or were having problems. I have to be the model for them to see. And so I have to stay in contact. I have to connect. I have to be able to share my perspective with them. Otherwise, I'm not being of service to them at all. And the fact of the matter is there is two perspectives. I may be wrong. And so it's almost arrogant to think that I have the right answer because I'm moving this direction. It's really important to be able to keep the communication open. It doesn't mean let them influence you. It doesn't mean buy into the scarcity mindset that somebody has. But what it means is be open to the conversation because, again, if you want people to be open to your conversation, you be open to theirs. And then use the influence that we're going to be actually talking about at Master of Influence and influence those people to move forward. Influence them by asking questions, by understanding where they're coming from, understanding their fears, understanding their roadblocks, understanding all of those different things that keep them stuck in that standard stationary position. Then we can start moving them forward. And because we're open to them, they're going to be watching us.
Kevin, and I'll add to it. Family is important for what family is important for. But family is not necessary to build a business unless for some reason they have already a massive network, a massive piece of knowledge or skill set, or a massive drive to build with you, or a massive amount of capital that you can go invest and use. If the family lacks any of those assets, then they're not a business relationship, they're just family. And I know that people who are poor put family at the top level. They say this is the most important thing is family. I believe that the rich look at family as a non-negotiable. It's not even worth talking about. It's like, yeah, obviously family. Like that's obviously the most important thing, but that starts here, right? That's so what, no matter what, I'm just going to do it. It's not like, oh, I've got to strive to spend time with my family. It's just so what, no matter what, it's going to happen. And then everything beyond that is where the wealthy focus is. I'm building this, I'm going after these people. Family is non-negotiable. They're always going to be there. I'm always going to make time for them. I'm always going to spend time with my family.
It's funny you say that, because if you think about like the goals and shooting for the stars and you might hit the moon, if you shoot for family above everything else, you just shot the dirt.
There it is.
Brutal, love it.
So in your life, yes, family, that's so what, right? That's the beginning of just being a decent human being. Like, be there for your family. Yeah, of course, obviously. But aim at who else could I serve? I have my list, my dream 100 is people that, I'm going to have to pay to be in front of. Like these are high level people who I'm going to have to pay to be in front of. Grant Cardone's on my list of how do I serve this guy? Ty Lopez, right? Tony Robbins. You look at people who are just champions, untouchable, tough to get to, Gary Vee, like anybody who has a big audience. I'm like, man, like that's on my list of people to go serve. Me and Ron were talking yesterday. We said Jeff Bezos, or if it's not Jeff, it's Amazon, right? Our training company, we want to build to a point where it is the IT solution to building people, to getting people to become millionaires, where it's a consumable product that, boom, people can leverage it and become richer. Because we can't build this as fast as the people who have the money. Does that make sense? Like we can build this very quickly and organically, but Amazon can put it on everything. We get that? Right? Imagine Alchemist, right on Amazon, right there. You got Audible and you got Alchemist. And that mindset of the only way to scale is to serve a higher group of clients, people who just have more. They know better than us. When I say higher, let me clarify on the rich. They're no better than you. Rich people are no better than you. They've just been here longer. They've just been playing the game slightly better, right? They've just been in it a little longer, played a little better, maybe had access to a couple of resources you didn't have access to yet, but any resource that anybody has, you can have access to. Here's what I'll tell you about the rich. They're not going to live longer than you. They're not going to outlive you. So except for Warren Buffett, he seems to be on a freaking run. Has anybody noticed? He's like 94 years old. So maybe Warren Buffett is going to outlive you. But not in this community. I think this community focuses on health. We focus on wealth. We focus on the things that keep us living longer and happier. So there is an opportunity out there for you to be at whatever level of the game you desire. You simply have to want it bad enough, surround yourself with people who are doing it, who are going to motivate you, who are going to support you, and keep learning. Keep learning who you have to become. And family is the beginning of the relationships, but it is not the end. It is not the freaking goal. You already got that when you were born. It's like saying, hey, I want to be able to breathe at some point. Shit. Like unless something tragic happens to you, you are able to breathe all the time. Hands to the camp, you're breathing right now. You're doing good with it. Crushing it. All right. When I had COVID, I had a week of not doing good. Right. So in that moment, I was like, I just want the basics of life. And that's okay now and then. Sometimes you do realize you need the basics, and it makes you thankful. It makes you grateful for breathing. And it makes, in those moments when you lose a family member, make you thankful for your family. But your life goal is not your family. Come on. You could do better than that. Like, what do you want for your family? What massive things do you want for your family? One of the reasons I build influence and I gain attention is because 7 years ago, my brother said he wanted to be famous. I never wanted to be famous. Fame doesn't mean anything to me, but he wanted it. And so I was like, here, do this, and he wouldn't do anything. So I said, I'll go do it and bring him along. And that to me is a good enough reason to do anything. If my family wants something, I'll go become the person who can give that gift. And man, I've been blessed because not only does my influence help my brother's business, it helps every one of yours, any one of my partners, anybody I work with. People who see me and you in a selfie, they're like, oh, you know that guy? That's crazy. Because as I continue to level the value of myself up, everybody who can say they were there at the first 100 Millionaire Summit is one of a kind. There's only 100 of you, right? You're a very unique group of people who have the pictures, who can prove it that you were there at the first one, and then the second one, and then the third one. Because as you're notching these up and saving the necklaces, as you're saving those badges, you're saying, look, I was at this one, I was at this one, I was at this one. In the partnerships that we build together, in this, I'm just one person, right? Each one of you has the same ability to do what I've been doing. Each one of you has the same ability to improve and increase your value to serve others. Hands to the camera if you're just starting to realize how powerful you are. Just starting to realize what you've got, what you can do for your family, what you can do for your friends. I'm telling you, I see Mitch Jorsky doing it right now in his crypto. The more he builds his influence, the more he serves the crypto community, the more he serves the people who are looking to learn, the more he serves the people who are building those platforms that are working hard on building really cool strategies. The more he educates people on how simple it is, how functional it is, the better he makes all of us. Hands to the camera if you're seeing that value. And I could spend all day here doing this with each one of the coaches. And really, each one of the coaches has become a specialist. Each one is moving deeper into their original or their focused area, and they're making it easier for you to partner, making it easier for you to speak, making it easier for you to sell, making it easier for you to negotiate, easier for you to understand your credit, to buy real estate, to so many different aspects, not even just the coaches, but the partners I've taken on, or some of you, the millionaires who are serving and helping others already. Some of you who are still in the hustle and the grind and are serving others and building community and building events and bringing people in. Like, this is just the beginning of you, right? This is just the uncut diamond. I still think I'm still fucking in the ground. I'm the diamond that hasn't even been discovered yet, right? So like each one of you is just an uncut diamond that still has so much more potential, and we're just untapping it now. So let's give yourselves a round of applause. I love you guys. It means a lot to me to be able to to serve you and to be here sharing, the weekend of Thanksgiving with you. I didn't get to see my family for this Thanksgiving. I was working on a project that was really important to me. And so being able to spend time with you guys, it really means a lot. My love language is quality time. If you haven't heard it before, I'm not a gifts guy. I'm not an acts of service guy. I'm not I do like physical touch. Like, that's why I do all the high fives. But I'm acts of service. I'm a quality time. So spending time with you is, to me, it's very important. So thank you for being here every Saturday. Thank you for being at the summit. Thank you for being here with each other, for each other, serving each other. And as I say always, I'm on a mission to build 100 millionaires who are inspired to build 100 millionaires. And I appreciate your commitment. So cheers to your success. When you have a choice, always work with the best. Love you guys. If any questions, send me a message on Facebook. If there's any questions that came up, if you're listening on Facebook or on any of the other platforms, just send me a message. If anything we didn't answer, we're going to get back to you guys. Enjoy your weekend.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye, everybody. Peace.
See you Monday.
Everybody.
Monday.
Monster truck rally. Monday.
Bye, everyone.
Hi, Melissa. Great job today.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, thank you.
Wait.
Have a good
At
day.
12 o'clock, do we still have the master?
Next
We're moving
week.
that to next week. So yeah, we knew that it was the holiday and a lot of people weren't going to be able to make it. So we're moving that to next week. Make it easier.
Okay, perfect.
Awesome. Good question, Maria. Thank you.
Thank you. Terry, can I
everybody.
talk to you?
What's
What is
that?
it?
Can I talk to you after?
Me?
Yes.